Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you're all having a wonderful day. Madman Mondello coming at you live from the Gardendale Garage here in beautiful Alabama. All right, Mr. Carlos Ramos. Okay, now Carlos went ahead and he ordered a console from the website from us. He wanted something custom. He loves wolves. He has a his gamer tag has 3 wolves in it, and he was all into wolves. So he asked me to do some custom graphics for him, so which I did. All right, and this thing started off life as a trinity, okay, a regular standard stock trinity, all right, and he wanted a dual NAND concept with it, okay, as well as remote programmable LEDs and a modified ROL and a 2 terabyte hard drive, which we did. Hey, Mikkel, how are you, man? Good to see you. So anyway, we started off with this. Started building it on Sunday. Okay, I finished it up yesterday and just had to run it in. I wanted to make sure everything was right with it for a 24-hour period, which it did. All right, and got everything all loaded and everything. Okay, it's up on Alliance servers along with a 10-day trial for Purge. All right, got BO2, MW3, and Ghost Offhosts, as well as Jiggy and Sentinel, which are GSC menus for BO2. Okay, went ahead, we did everything that we had to do to it, and she's all done. All right, and this is it's got a Diamond Viper Dual Nand in it. Okay, it's got that chip and it's got an HB3. All right, now how this works, okay, you have a retail side and then you have the hacked image side. So it's 2 consoles in one. You have a retail that you can play your normal retail games on and all that kind of good stuff. And then, of course, you have the hacked image, which is, a lot more fun. All right, and basically that's what it is. So it's a split system with 2 brains, basically. All right, now, in order to select whatever one that you want to use, you're going to use the sync button. All right, you're going to press and hold it in. All right, that's NAND 2. All right, that's your stock NAND. All right, hold it in again. That's NAND 1. Okay, that's your hacked image. All right, pretty simple. Okay, so we'll start off. With the stock image. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna hold that in. There we go. We got 2 blinks on it. Okay, now, also, by the way, you have a remote control for your lighting. All right, so you could set it to any color you want or whatever, or cycle through it or whatever. So we'll turn up the light for effect here. All right, and we'll boot it up. Okay, and as you can see, we have a nice little wolf thing. We did a modified ROL. And we got a nice little Wolfpack logo right there. Okay, going off in the distance, and of course, it does red, green, blue, white, so on and so forth. And then of course you got menu auto, and it cycles the colors through. All right, you got all different types of modes on this thing. There's over like 300 modes. Okay, with this remote, so you can pretty much set it to whatever you want, and off you go. You can speed it up, slow it down, brighten it or dim it, doesn't matter. Okay, there's all kinds of mode buttons on this thing, so there you go. All right, so anyway, there it is. Okay, now, all right, let me draw your attention here. Okay, now look. All right, now this is the stock image, so this is just the normal stock Xbox console. All right. So we'll go up, we'll go over, we'll go to settings, make sure she's online, we'll go to network settings, all right, and we'll test the connection. And now this is on my router, okay, so, when you get it, you're going to have to set it up on your router like you would a normal Xbox on the retail side, okay, which would mean you just plug it in, go to network settings, set it up, and you're good to go. Now, the hacked image is a little different, okay, so, we're going to get into that in just a little bit once we get this thing, make sure that it's online and all that kind of happy nonsense, okay. Hopefully Microsoft will play nice, in which they just did. There you go. Everything is up and running. All right, so we're good. We'll back out of there. We'll back out of there. All right. And, of course, you're going to be up and you're online and you're live. There you go. Okay, so pretty much there it is. Okay, it's unbanned. All right. And we're not using the same TV. I'm going to get into that also once I show you the... Hey, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I got another one I got to do now. I got this crazy one I got to do for Max Humphreys. So... yeah, it's going to be another dual NAND with 2 terabyte, and that's going to be another custom one. So, anyway, there's your retail image right there. Everything's fine. No big deal. Everything works, okay, as you can see. And it's just your basic stock, console, all right? No big deal, all right? Now, all right, we're going to shut this down. All right, now we're going to go over to the dark side because they have cookies, okay? I have cookies. I have lots of cookies. Got Oreos, chocolate chips, all kinds of good stuff. So, anyway, all right, so we shut it down, okay? It's fine. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to select the hacked image, okay? So we're going to hold the sync button. There we go, and now that indicated that we're on NAND 1. That's the hacked image, okay? You will notice the fan speed is a little bit faster, okay? And depending upon the boot time, it usually does between 1 and 3 cycles, all right? So it takes it a second for it to boot because we're actually pulsing the chip, okay? So we're going to go ahead, we're going to hit it, all right? And hopefully within the same amount of luck, all right? As you can hear the fan speed kick up, okay? This thing will go ahead, and she just booted, okay? Like I said, between 1 and 3 cycles, that's 7 seconds, depending upon, the boot time and everything. I mean, it all depends, but most of the time you're going to get it between 1 and 3 cycles, okay? So, anyway, we're booting up right now, okay? And we should be hooked on our server, which is good, and there we are. Now we're booting to the modified dashboard. This is the fun side of the damn thing, okay? Now, okay, as you can see, a little bit different of a dashboard, okay? Very different dashboard, okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to sync up a controller, all right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through this thing. But the first thing I'm going to tell you is this, all right? With a dual NAND, it's very important, okay? I'm going to go to the file manager first, and I want to show you something here, okay? Look, HDD1, all right? You will see that there is a kb.bin on here, all right? That is the key vault. All right, that is the identity of the Xbox. Now, this key vault, all right, is not the key vault from the console, the retail side. You never, ever, unless you want to ban your dual NAND, just in case, all right, you never, ever leave a kb.bin off the hard drive. Okay, if you do, that retail key vault that's on this console, if you boot it up, well, what will happen is the console will see it and they'll go, oh, there's no KB up in it. Okay, let me extract it right from the original one. All right, which it will, and then put it on the hard drive, and you will be on your original KB.bin on a stealth server. That's not a good idea. All right, because if something should happen, okay, if something should happen with the server or something like that, right, it can ban it, and then you got a worthless dual NAND, and all it is just an RGH. That's it. Okay, so you don't want to ruin what you paid for. Okay. You paid $60 for this option, so I mean, it's taking $60 and burning it, all right? So, in plain English, all right, always keep that kb.bin on there. Now, here's the deal here, okay? If this KB should get banned or whatever, all right? Let's say you're on the server. Let's say the stealth server goes down or whatever in the middle of the challenge response or whatever. It kills the KB, all right? So you have to get another KB. You can get them from Lorraine, you can get them from me, whatever, okay? I mean, but you got to get a KB. So you get the KB, all right, and, and we send it to you, or you can get it or whatever from anywhere, all right? Decent KB, whatever, okay? And you download it to, your computer, and then you transfer it with a USB stick, or you can transfer it with Neighborhood, or you can transfer it even with FTP. Doesn't matter. But you have to go into HDD1. You have to remove this old one first, then copy and paste the new one on there. Then shut the console down, restart it, the console will start up, it will shut down, and it will restart itself, and then it will have a new identity once again. Okay? So that's the way you keep your dual NAND from not being a dual NAND. Okay? Plain and simple. Alright? So, it's very important, and if you want to, you can get with me anytime, and I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. Okay? I mean, there's thousands of videos how to change a KB. All right, but if you want me to go through it with you, I will. It's not a problem, okay? But anyway, one of the most important parts of that thing right there, okay? You got to remember that, okay? Very, very, very important, all right? Now, okay, here's what we do, okay? And listen, now that we got that straightened out, okay, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to walk you through this mess here that's on here, okay? So, we'll go over to emulators, okay? Emulators is simply, that's a form of a Nintendo Entertainment System emulator. That's Game Boy Advance. You got Genesis Plus 360, MAME, SNES 360, okay, and back to NES, okay? So you got some emulators on there. There's over 7,000 ROMs on there that you can play that are all from different consoles and everything, and they run on this thing, okay? Now, okay, your Xbox Classic games, okay, these are the original Classic games, okay, the original top 20 model Xbox, yes, they run on there too, okay, there is a bunch of them on there, alright? As you can see, a ton of them. Okay, now, homebrew section. Okay, these are where your tools are. Okay, dash launcher, all that kind of good stuff. XM360, you know, 360 dashboard, your voice changer, simple NAND flasher, you know, Internet Explorer, FX menu, Flash 360, you know, back to dash launch. All right, Xbox Live Arcade again. Okay, a myriad, a mind-boggling amount of arcade games. All right, that, you know, I can just go on and on and on and on and on. All right, and then of course we have our regular Xbox 360 games, okay, and there's a whirlwind of them on there as well, as you can see. We'll start with Advanced Warfare, and we will work our way through all of the stuff that's on here, as you can see, okay, and then some. All right, so, you know, so on and so forth. There's a ton of stuff on here. Have a blast with it, man. You know, it's all old school stuff, you know, so there you go. All right, now, and we're back to Advanced Warfare. Now, to get to the original dashboard, go to your homebrew section right here, okay? Now, we'll go to Xbox 360 dashboard. Now, you'll see the stock dashboard, okay? First, it should pop up. There you are. Well, again, Alfredo Ramos, you're on Alliance Live. Welcome to Alliance Live, okay? You got 29 reserve days left. You'll have 30-minute leads, okay? Just because I ran it all yesterday to make sure that everything was right. All right, so, to back that up out of there, all right? Some profiles on there. We'll back out of there. You will see that you're up, you're online, and you're live, all right? And then what we will do is I will show you our beautiful eyeball-pleasing HUD, okay? And then, of course, over in the 5th tab, you have BO2 cheats. These are all Offhosts off the server, okay? And BO2 cheats, Ghost cheats, Modern Warfare 3 cheats, Modern Warfare 2 cheats, so on and so forth. All right, to disable them, hit A. To enable them, hit A. Okay, they come enabled right when you start the server up. But if you have other mod menus and you don't want these on, just disable them, okay? It's that simple, all right? Now, we'll run back over to the home, Xbox Home. We'll hit it, okay? That will take us back to FSD Dash, okay? Now, FSD Dash is going to boot up, all right? And then I'm going to show you, you have multiple dashboards on this thing, okay? There is, I put them on there because I don't know what you like, so I just put them all on there. That way then you can have your pick of whatever you want to run, okay? That's why I do this. Now, we'll go over to the homebrew section, all right? We'll click on Dash Launch, and we'll launch that. All right, you will see, okay, these are all your plugins and everything, and this is the actual, what this is this program creates a file called launch.ini, all right? And what that does is when the Xbox boots up, after it does its post out, it looks for that file, and then it sets up your plugins and everything, okay? So as you can see, of course, you got plugins, all that kind of crap, all right? I'm going to make this very simple, all right? If you want to boot to a different dashboard, you can set it up here. It's real easy. We'll hit A at pass, okay, and we'll bring that down. Now, as you can see, default, it starts up in what? FSD. So that's exactly what it's starting up in, okay? You got button B. Now, what you can do is while the system is booting, when you get the Xbox 360 logo, press and hold one of the buttons down. Button B will bring up FX menu. Button X will bring up XCX menu. Button Y will bring up the stock dashboard. Left bumper will boot into Aurora, okay? So, really simple. There's all the dashboards that you could ever want on the damn thing, and then some, okay? So, pick your poison, whatever you want. To set the default, if you don't want to be bothered with pressing buttons and all that crap, it's real easy. If you want to set a default, we'll use Aurora for example, okay? What we will do is we will go up to default. We will hit A, okay? A will go ahead, and what it will do is it will open up the file folder that it's in, okay? Right now we're in freestyle, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back out to the root folder, which is double dot. We're going to hit A there, all right? Now, as you can see, it all pulls up nice and neat. Everything is laid out nice and neat. Everything is self-explanatory, okay? So, what we're going to do, you want to run Aurora, let's say, okay? So we go down to the Aurora folder, we hit A, okay? Once we hit A, we go to aurora.xex. We hit A, all right? There it is. Now it's our default. However, we have to save the file. We have to save the file whenever we make a change to the file, okay? It's just the way it is. So what do we do to do that? Okay, as you can see, it comes up with a set of instructions right here when you leave it alone, okay? So pretty much everything is pretty much self-explanatory, okay? If you don't understand it, you really need to look at what you're looking at here, okay? So, here's what we do. We're going to hit RB, okay, and then it's going to bring up where you want to save the file to. Well, we want to use HDD because that's the green check mark. It's check marked off there. That's the file. That's where it goes to. So, we'll use HDD, all right? And then what are we going to do? Okay, we're going to hit X to save it. So we hit X, okay? Now, as you can see, settings saved to HDD launch heading. Okay, so now just save the settings. Then what are we going to do? We're going to hit B to back out of this thing. Okay, now it's going to back out. What it's going to do, it's going to reboot. All right, and it's going to reboot into Aurora, as you can see, okay? Now, Aurora has been already set up, so you don't have to go crazy looking for titles and scanning the hard drive and all that other crap. It's already done. You don't have to do a damn thing, okay? Except use it. All right, so, okay, as you can see, we're in the show all folder, which shows everything that's on a hard drive, okay? Now, like FSD, this is, FSD was the precursor to this, okay? The same boys that made FSD are the same guys that made this thing. This is a little bit later of a dashboard. It's got a better database structure. It's more supported, of course, because FSD is old, all right? And, this Aurora's been around for a while, and they keep this updated, and they keep doing updates to it and everything else. So it's better database structure. FSD is a little simpler, okay? So, get your feet wet, and then once you get used to it, you can come here. There's also loads of tutorials, again, on YouTube. Google is your friend. Use it. How do I use Aurora? Boom. Hey, it'll come up with 10,000 videos how to use it and then some, okay? So, making a long story short, all right? I'm going to make this very simple. If you hit the back button, all right, it's going to bring up this context menu right here. You got a file manager just like you do in FSD. If you look at it, it kind of looks like the same thing as, the one that's in FSD. It's a little bit more laid out and everything, okay? And you got some items over here and everything else, but pretty much self-explanatory, okay? So we'll back out of there. All right, you got scripts. Now, this is where it changes a little bit, because now you have a repo browser where you could download stuff from their repository and everything, okay? No, not suppository, repository, okay? You got the database cleaner, which cleans it all up, console info. You got all that stuff right there. So we'll back out of there, okay? Restart, reboot, and shut down, all right? Pretty simple. So we'll back out of there. Now, what we'll do, now we can hit the start button, okay? Now, with the start button, it's going to bring up another context menu right here. This is the business end of this thing. Okay, as you can see, you got assets where you can download, import, your box art, all that crap, change the marketplace locale, which you don't want to do because we're in the United States. So, there you go. You can turn up the screenshots on it, whatever you want to do. You download trailers, all that kind of good stuff. All right, now, profile, that's where you can select your profile to boot up into or not, whatever you want to do, auto sign in, all that crap, selected boot, so on and so forth. All right, now, your content. This is where everything is stored and set up and scanned and all that kind of good stuff, okay? So you really don't want to mess around in there unless you really do know what you're doing, all right? Now, modules, you got Dash Launch, FTP Server, and Nova. Those are all active, okay, as you can see, all right? Nova is a form of live, except it's for modded consoles. So you can play with people across the network, okay, that with system linking enabled games, all right, that you can play with, all right? So, there you go. You got language, security, and about, all right? Very simple, all right? And yes, it does self-update itself too. If there's an update, it's going to download it, all right? So there you can check whether you want to download it or not, okay? And here are the people that actually brought this to you, okay? So we'll back out of there, all right? Now, okay, now to select the different folders, it's really easy. You can hit RB or LB, it doesn't matter. And you can use D-pad left or right to move around. Now, I'm going to hit RB. It's going to bring up a context menu right there. See, as you can see, show all and all that. That's what we're in. Well, now we're going to D-pad over, and we're going to go to Xbox 360. We're going to hit it, okay? And then what's going to happen is it's going to bring up all of the Xbox 360 games, as you can see. All right? So on and so forth. Then, we're going to hit RB once again. Xbox Live Arcade. All right? There's your Live Arcade. Then we're going to hit it again. There's your homebrew section right there with your tools. We're going to hit it one more time. There's your classic games right there. Well, not one more time, but a couple more times anyway. All right? And then, of course, you got your indie games. These are games made by developers. Okay? There you go. A lot of them. And then, of course, you have your emulators. Okay? And that's where your emulators sit right there. And then we go back to show all. All right? Pretty simple. Okay? Like I said, it's a very, very well laid out dashboard. You shouldn't have a problem understanding it or using it. Okay? Now, okay. What we're going to do here now is we're going to set this back to FSD because that's the way they go out. All right, so what I'm going to do, and then you can choose whatever you want to do. You can choose FX menu, XEX menu, stock dashboard, whatever you want to do. It's all up to you. All right, so anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to hit RB, and I'm going to bring it to the homebrew section right here. Whoopsie, there we go. All right, I'm going to bring it to the homebrew section. All right, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to go into Dash Launch once again. Okay, I should start. There we go. We're going to go to Paths. All right. And then what are we going to do? We're going to change the default. So we're going to hit A. Okay, then we're going to hit A again. And then we're going to go down to Freestyle folder. Okay, because that's where freestyle menu is. That's where FSD is. And we're going to use that default .xex. Okay, that's your executable. Then what we're going to do, we're going to hit RB. We're going to bring this down to HDD. We're going to hit X to save it. Okay, which we did. Then we're going to hit V to back out, and now it's going to reboot into FSD. All right. So there's your multiple dashboard setup that you can set up any which way you want to. Okay, you can put whatever server you want on it. You can put whatever menu you want on it. It doesn't matter. It's your RGH. They all run the same. You can't. There is no difference between one RGH and another. Okay, it's the same software. It's the same setup. It's the same boot. It's the same everything. Okay, so you know what's good for one RGH will be good for another one. But just remember this though. Watch downloading crap menus and stuff that has not been updated, because if it's not on the dashboard that we're on now, which is 17.559, which was a massive change that Microsoft did, a lot of the older menus do not work. You will just sit there, this thing will start up and shut down, it will do all kinds of stupid stuff, and you'll be wondering what the hell happened. I just put a menu on it. Well, that menu wasn't made for 17.559, so guess what? Okay? There's places in memory that menu's calling that are no longer there. Okay? So, of course, the thing is going to be like, screw you, and just like kick you right off of there, okay? So, remember, be careful of what menus you put on, okay? I suggest going to a developer that actually develops and still develops his menu and still supports his menu, and that is updated to run on the latest dashboard, okay? All these free menus out there and everything, a lot of them haven't been updated in years, and they don't work. So, just warning you, okay? So, you know, that's all up to you. Now, all right, now that I said that, all right, what I'm going to do here, all right, is I'm going to sign in, okay, with just a regular profile, okay? So, I guess we'll use player profile, what the hell. Okay, there we are. All right, now, okay, just to show you the Offhosts and demonstrate the GSC menus, I'm going to use BO2, because that has two GSC menus on it, and, of course, the Offhost. The Offhost runs but the same way on MW3 and Ghost and everything. It's the same thing, same setup. You just use D-pad left to open it, X to select, B to back out, D-pad left to close it. Pretty easy, okay? Jiggy, hold in left trigger, push down on the right thumbstick. That will open the menu. A to select, X to back out. All right, Sentinel, a little different. Okay, you hold in left trigger, push down on the right thumbstick, but you're going to use X to select, and then you're going to hold in the left trigger and push down on the right thumbstick to back out. Can get confusing, yes, different developers, different buttons, different setups, that's the way it works, okay? Purge. When you start Purge, when you start GTA 5 and you're using Purge, it's going to pop up a text box. You can choose a custom combo to open it. You can choose D-pad left and X or D-pad right and X. Doesn't matter, okay, but once you set those controls, pretty much you open the menu with that, and you use A to select and B to back out, and then D-pad left and X to close it, or whatever setting that you have to open and close the menu. It's that simple. Alright? So, we'll go into Xbox 360 games. Alright? Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go on over to, yeah, here we go, BO2. Okay? I'm going to start BO2 up. Alright? Now, okay. We're going to hear that. Alright? That's going to start it. There's no special way to start the game. Alright? It's already been taken care of on the server, so you don't have to go into default multiplayer and all this other crap and do all kinds of stupid stuff. You don't have to do that. Alright? It's already been addressed through the server and it runs right with the server. Okay? So anyway, we're starting the game. Okay? Now, as soon as this Dolby crap gets off of the screen, alright, here we go. Alright. Now, we're going to hit start. Okay? I'm going to press start. I'm going to use the hard drive. Okay. And there we are. Alright, now, we're going to go to multiplayer. Okay? Like I said, you don't have to, go to default multiplayer and all that crap. It's already taken care of and addressed on the server. Okay? As you can see, Black Ops 2 is loaded. Everything is good. We're going to do a local game. Alright? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up the bots. We'll use 9. Okay? Now, we're going to start the match. Okay? Now, this is going to demonstrate Jiggy and the Offhost. Alright? I'm going to start with Jiggy, so that way I can give myself God mode so I don't get my face blown off. Alright? Then I'm going to show you how to do some selections on Jiggy, and then I'm going to show you how to do some selections on the Offhost. Okay? So we're going to start the match. Alright? Now, once the match starts, it's going to throw us in there. And we're going to pick a weapon, and then we're going to hold in the left trigger and push down the right thumbstick, and that's going to open up the Jiggy menu. Okay? So, here we go. Nuketown 2025, blah, blah, blah. All right, grab a gun. There we go. Hold in left trigger, push down on the right thumbstick. There it is, real simple. Hit A. All right? I'm going to do quick mods because it covers a bunch of mods that are already selected there. Good. Then I'm going to hit X to back out of there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to bullets here. All right? And I'm going to spice up the bullets a little bit here. Okay? There we go. Yeah, dog bullets. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, explosive bullets. Why not? 100 killers too. There we go. Okay, so that's going to modify the bullets. Now we're going to hit X to back out of there and X to back out of there. Okay. Now we're done with Jiggy. Now I'm going to push it on the left on the D-pad left. That brings up our menu. There it is. Okay. That's our Offhost. Now X to select. Grab hold of this crap right here. Okay. We're going to turn that all on. All right. We're going to use on screen. I'm not going to use auto aim. I can aim myself. Thank you. Go to ESP. We're going to put pyramids up around the little bastards, okay? And we're going to do snap lines. All right, now, what we're going to do, D-pad left, and we're going to exit the menu. We're going to come out here. When the snap line turns blue, let them have it, okay? Pretty much there you go. And with Jiggy, of course, you can fly through the screen, holding down the left D button, the LB button right there, and we'll fly through here, and we'll land on nothing, and we'll just freaking kill everything in sight, okay, as you can see. All right, now, of course, there's other aimbots. You have unfair aimbots, too. That works pretty good. All right, and I will demonstrate, I'll demonstrate the unfair aimbots, okay? So, hold the left trigger, go to aimbots, unfair aimbot, and pretty much you shoot through buildings and kill everything in sight and piss off the lobby completely, all right? So, yeah, there you go. And victory was mine, okay? Now, as you can see, there we go. I selected the unfair aimbot, and now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to aim. That's all I got to do, okay? Final kill cam, done. All right? So, there you go. All right, now, that's Jiggy 4.2, and that is on, multiplayer BO2. Now, we'll back out of here. We're going to leave the lobby. And then what we're going to do, we're going to back out of here, and we're going to go right into zombies, okay? Now, I'm going to show you the GSC menu Sentinel, okay? Sentinel is a little different, okay? Like I said, they got, there's a few things on there that are crazy, okay? Like the way they got it set up, like I said. Hold the left trigger, push down the right thumbstick, it opens the menu, okay? You can use X to select, but to back out of it, you got to hold the left trigger and push down the right thumbstick. And that will include the sub-menus that you go into before you can exit the main menu, all right? Don't know why, that's the way they did it. So we're going to do a local game, all right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to pick a place here. We're going to use transit, what the hell. Grab hold of that. I'm going to grab hold of that, and now we're going to start the match, okay? You'll see some instructions come over in the left-hand screen. That's to enable the menu and all that crap, okay? So we're going to do the green run here, all right? And I'm going to show you how to control this thing, okay? Oh, waiting challenge. There we go. Okay. It's loading everything. Ready for the other players. There we go. Texture's good. Okay. Now, holding left trigger, push down the right thumbstick. There's the menu right there. Hit X to select. I'm going to turn God mode on. I'm going to give myself infinite ammo. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do unlimited sprint, double speed, no clip. And I'm going to toggle the aimbot. Okay. Now, to back out of this section right here, holding left trigger, push down the right thumbstick. See, it brings it back. Okay. I'm going to go to the weapons menu. I'm gonna grab hold of one of my favorites here, which happens to be an RPG. Okay, because I like a fully automatic RPG. There's nothing like it. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're gonna back out of there, and then what we can do here is we can actually pretty much blast everything in sight. Okay, and when you hold in on the left trigger, it will just automatically point the damn gun. Okay, now you can do a lot of other things too. All right, like I said, you have your weapons menu. You choose other weapons and everything. You got the fun menu. Okay. Save load position, black hole gun, portal gun, velocity gun, rail gun, so on, trampoline mode, which bounces you around, as you can see. And you can be a complete idiot bouncing around like a freaking moron, okay? We'll stop that. Okay, you set up bounce traps, all that kind of good stuff. Car ahead, rain spears of death, you can do that. Rain real power-ups, you can do that. Oh, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Okay, so as you can see, there you go. Now, we'll back out of there. All right, you got the zombies menu, and sometimes if you spawn too many of them, it will crash the console because there's only a limited amount of memory, okay? But you can, make them come up, and then you can pretty much kill them, okay? No big deal. See, they're on the ground, okay? You can spawn some more, all right? And then you can kill them all, okay? Work the same way, okay? Now, you can go, there's model menu. There's all kinds of good stuff here, all right? You got the Purge menu, okay? Power-ups, so on and so forth. You can shoot power-ups if you want. There you go. And shoot power-ups or whatever you can do. Power-ups never leave. Infinite insta-kill, infinite fire sale, spawn a power-up. You can spawn a nuke. Insta-kill, there you go, they're all dead. Double points, carpenter, insta-kill again. Spawn and teller withdrawal, okay? You know, I mean, same old, okay? So you can do a whole bunch with this thing, alright? Next is some of the options. You got map mods, lobby mods, game settings, menu settings, players menu, all players menu, so on and so forth, okay? So there you go. So, we close the menu, there we go, and we're good. Now, I'm going to bring you back here, box home, yep, and we're going to go back. Now, this is going to take us back to FSD. Okay? Now, okay. Now, we're booting up once again. Here we go. Alright. Now, alright, so we got a player logged in and everything. Okay, life is good. I'm not sure if I have a game save on this, but we will go ahead and I will show you, okay, Purge menu for GTA 5. Alright? This is an older menu. It's been around for a long time. It's a very stable menu, and it has been updated and runs on 17.559, of course, alright? So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to hit it, okay, and we're going to start it. Okay, now what should happen is a text box should pop up, okay, stating how you want to open the controls for the menu, alright? So, any minute now, there we are, okay? Open the menu with D-pad left and X, there we go. That's what we're going to use. Okay, now, okay, what's going to happen is we're going to load the game. Alright, now this takes a little bit to load because it's a very, very big game, okay? And it's got a lot of number crunching to do, okay? And this is, you know, like I said, this is about as fast as you're going to get with this thing with a 3.1 gigahertz IBM processor, alright? Because that's what's on here. It's only got 3 cores, okay? You know, that's it, right? So, you got a couple of threads, you know? So you got threads running. Maybe 4, okay, you know? But anyway, okay, so we're going to load the story mode. Alright, now, I think that there is a game save on this thing. I think that there is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use it. Okay, so we're going to load story mode up. And then once it loads up, I'm going to show you the options and how to, you know, change stuff and everything else, okay? So, you know, it should, there we go. Oh, no, no, I didn't have a game save on this. Sorry about that, but that's okay though, okay? Anyway, just to open the menu, just to show you, here you go. Quick start options, okay? Here. We can spawn some of my strippers. Okay? They can be fun. Hang on. There we go. There they are. Oh, look at that. Hey, isn't that nice? So nice. Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. There you go. Okay? So anyway, there's your strippers with nipples. Okay? You know, I mean, so on and so forth. Okay? And then what we'll do is we'll back out of here. We'll hit B. Okay, that'll back us out. Weapons options. You can choose whatever weapons you want or whatever. There's a whole bunch of them right here. As you can see, teleport gun, cash gun, tank gun, you name it. It's out there, okay? There's also, you can also spawn cars, vehicle options. There you go. You know, that's your options right there. You can go to Los Santos Customs right there in your vehicle spawner. Here you go. And you can spawn anything you want. Here, let's spawn a helicopter. What do you think, huh? Let's try that. There you go. Yeah, there we are, okay? You know, I just spawned a helicopter right on top of the damn building, okay? So, we got a buzzard. Yeah. Buzzard, no guns. Cargo top, medic cargo top. There you go. Frogger, you know, all kinds of good stuff like that, okay? You know, so on and so forth. Then, let's see here. Yeah. So, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here, alright? Now, spawn vehicles. There we go. Go to motorcycles. Let's get something a little bit more like it. There you go. Patio, there we go, okay, you know, right, and then I'm back out of there, okay, I think I left my strippers in the room there, not sure, okay, in fact, yeah, let's see if we can, what do you think about, you want to get on? You want to get on? Yeah, you do, okay, that's good, you know, I mean, so on and so forth, and, you know, pretty much, you can do anything you want with this thing, it's pretty crazy, in fact, let me do something here. Okay, it's kind of important to turn on God mode, infinite ammo, all that kind of good stuff, you know, so on and so forth. All that kind of good stuff, you know. And then you can do pretty much anything you want, you know. It's got, let's see here. Yeah, misc options, you know. You can set weather, all that kind of good stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. All right. Quick options, we can turn on super grip and we can turn on fly mode, you know. I mean, so on and so forth, you know. And like I said, there's a whole bunch of stuff here that you can do. And of course, you know, I mean, you can go ahead and here we go. Now we're up on top of the building. Yes. And we could just shit strippers that were all over the damn place if we want, you know? And I mean, we could fly around, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, there we go. And we're flying. See? So, anyway. Whoa, wait a minute. I think I'm against the building. Yeah, that usually doesn't like that too much. Yeah, now I'm underneath the building. Yeah, okay. So anyway, oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So anyway, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of stuff on there. Okay, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. There's like 25 million options on the damn thing. Have a blast with it, okay? So, anyway, okay. Here's some of your mod menus and stuff like that, okay? Just to demonstrate what you can do with it and all that other happy nonsense, you know, although I barely scratched the surface, but that's about, you know, where it's at right there, okay? Now, we're going to boot back up into FSD Dash. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get the console online for the first time, because this is kind of important. And like I said, like I mentioned before, you know, the stock system, yeah, just go to network, boom, you're done, you set it up, you're good. On hacked image, it's a little different, okay, because we're trying to actually log into a stealth server, my stealth server, okay? So, this is what you're going to do for the first time when you get this thing, okay? And I'm going to show you here, all right? So, what I'm going to do here, all right, is I'm going to go ahead, all right, I'm going to tip this down so you can see right here, all right? When you first get this console, after you finish the retail mode, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to grab hold of this door right here, and then what I want you to do, I want you to pull, okay, and take the hard drive out of the system, okay? Make sure you're on the hacked image side. When you're on the hacked image side, what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead, we're going to power this thing on, okay? Now, the system is going to boot up, okay? And when it does boot, what's going to happen is it's going to go directly to the stock-looking dashboard, okay? That's the way that it works, all right? So, go ahead here. Let me set you up over here. All right. Get that going. I think my monitor frizzed. I'm not sure because I'm not getting a signal, which that's normally what happens when it tries to misbehave. Gets me a little aggravated. I want to kill it sometimes, but that's just the way it is. What are you going to do? Let's see here. Sorry about that. It's just, you know, what I'm going to tell you. It's an old monitor. It's been around for a long, long time. It barely does 720p. Okay. This thing is acting like a complete idiot. Hold on here. Let me set this back up here. Hang on here. 1 second here. Do this once again. Okay. Now, hopefully, all right, it should be fine. All right. Now, I'm going to sync up this controller here to this thing. There we go. All right. Now, sunk up. Okay. Now, system booted. Here we go. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to get this. We're going to go to stock dashboard. All right. Once we go to the stock dashboard, we're going to do something real quick. And we're going to go ahead and put your network settings in like you would the stock console, except it's a little different here. So, now, what we do, we go up, we go over, we go to settings, we go to system, okay? Under system, we go to network settings, okay? Under network settings, you will see that, your thing is already going to be check marked up, but you still have to test the connection anyway, all right? So anyway, what's going to happen is this thing going to pop up your Wi-Fi over here. Grab hold of it, click on it, put your password in, all right? And then what it's going to do is it's going to automatically test the Xbox Live connection. Now, once it does that, we're going to get a check mark and 2 red X's, okay? And the reason why we're getting those 2 red X's is because, you see, Dash Launch is actually blocking access, as you can see. Failed and blocked, okay, the Xbox Live, because we don't want it to go ahead and try to initialize the original KV. All right, so Dash Launch is doing its job, okay? So you got failed and blocked. However, though, the network is connected, so we're good. We're connected to our router. That's what we need to do. Okay, life is grand. Now, what are we going to do? Once we're done here and you get that check mark and 2 red X's, power the system on. Okay? Take the hard drive, slip it back in. Okay? It'll seat with a click. And then what we do is put the drive door back on. Now, what we do, one of the most important parts is we have to pull the power on this thing. And you got to leave it pulled out for 5 minutes. Okay? Because we have to clear the DNS up, we have to clear the TCP/IP, we got to flush the buffers, all that crap. And the only way to do that is to kill the Xbox, actually. Okay? So, and the only way to do that is actually by pulling this plug. Because no matter what, this thing is sending 5 volts to the south bridge, so the south bridge is always alive. Okay? So what happens is all the bad settings, all the bad TCP and everything is still stored on the damn console. So when you boot it, well, it'll act like it's connected, but it won't be connected. All right? And when you go to live, it's going to give you a DNS error. And you'll be scratching your head going like, what the hell's going on? Well, that's because we didn't flush the buffers. Okay? So leave this out for 5 minutes. All right? Now, the only reason I can plug it back in, and hopefully it'll work, okay, is because it's already on my network. Okay? So everything, all the credentials and everything that's in there are good. However, though, I did have this thing numerous times on other consoles and everything. Sometimes it bites me in the ass. Because I didn't leave it out for 5 minutes, it'll disconnect me from live. It'll screw the DNS, and I'm sitting there, okay, so I'm not on live, okay? So, Just warning you, it's all luck of the draw, okay? So hopefully the Xbox gods are smiling. All right, and then what I'm going to do is now that we got all that back in, after 5 minutes, power the console on, sync up your controller, okay? Wait for the system to boot. Once the system boots, and what you just did, all right? Now, what's going to happen is you see this green stuff moving around. Well, that's going to stop. It's going to lock the server. When it does that, you can hear the fan speed kick up. Excuse me, sorry about that. And then what's going to happen is you can see plugins come across the bottom of the screen. Now, that's a plus. That means that we're connected. We're getting out on the internet, okay? Because you're connected to my server, which is good. And then you should get one more notification from Purge letting you know that you're off on the menu. All right, now, once that happens, what you're going to do, you're going to go to the homebrew section, okay? So we're halfway there. Once you go to the homebrew section, we're going to go to Xbox 360 dashboard. We're going to click on it, and we're going to open it. If you're online, you're going to see a big square pop up just like that, okay, which is good. That means that, hey, okay, we're hot, we're on live, life is grand, we got connection to Xbox Live. That's good. So, got it? Good. Now, what are we going to do? All right? As you can see, there's profiles on this thing, all right? But you have a profile. Now, this is all up to you and whatever you want to do. But I'm going to explain something to you. All right? If you have a retail profile that you worked hard on and that you spent money on and that you've got all this stuff on it and everything else, I would not download it to an RGH because no matter what, I don't care. Nobody is God, and they can't tell you that power to the actual place where my server is could actually go down, and the next thing you know, the backbone breaks, and then guess what? Okay, it could happen in the middle of a challenge response, and now it killed the KV, killed your profile. You can't get on there anymore. The KV is blown, and your freaking profile is wiped. Now, mind you, I haven't had a profile ban in super long time, but, however, though, that condition does exist. It can't happen. Nothing is perfect. Okay? That is the reason why I tell you, please don't use a retail profile on this thing. Okay? Make a modest profile. It's real easy to do. The only thing you got to do is you go to xboxlive.com/live. Use Outlook for the credentials. Make the profile. Once you make it, make the password for it and everything, come here and download the profile. All right? Now, once you do that, download it to the console. All right, and if it downloads correctly, what's going to happen is grab hold of this dude right here, or your profile actually. It's going to spin it around. You get the spinning circle of death. You'll see your profile dude come up there, and you're good to go. All right, that means that you're connected. Now, in the event, okay, which it does happen, you get corruption during the download. Okay, now that happens again. It's not the RGH, it's not the server. It just happens. Okay, you're sitting there at that download screen for 15 minutes. It still didn't download the damn profile. Well, it got corrupted. So what do? You back out of there, and then you come to this screen right here. Now, I'm going to show you how to fix that, all right? Go up, go over. Go to settings, go to system, okay? Under system, you're going to go ahead, you're going to go to storage. You're going to click on storage. You're going to click on the hard drive, okay? You're going to click on that. All right, now, you're going to go to profiles, okay? Now, underneath these two profiles right here is the profile that you're going to be downloading, all right? That was partially downloaded, all right? What you're going to do is you're going to use the D-pad to go down, to highlight it. You're going to hit A. And then what are you going to do? You're going to delete the profile right off the hard drive. Just delete it. Once it's deleted, back out of here, back out of here, back out of here. Leave that highlighted, hit Y. Okay? Now, what we're going to do, we're going to clear the system cache. We're going to do it twice because Microsoft likes to see you do repetitive things. Okay? They take joy in that. It's humbling for them, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to go ahead, we're going to clear the system cache. We're going to do it twice. So that's once. Okay? We're going to hit Y again. We're going to go clear the system cache. That's twice. Now we're good. All right? Now, we're going to back out of here. We're going to back out of here. We're going to go up, we're going to go over, go to social, sign in, sign out. All right? Re-download the profile, everything will be fine. Once it downloads, then what I want you to do, hit the guide button, go to Xbox Home. That'll take it back to FSD Dash, okay? Now, one other thing, okay, before we turn you loose and all that crap. A couple of those things, actually. All right? All right. Now, okay, if you go ahead, all right, and you go to a website or whatever, okay, or a torrent, decide to download downloadable content for a certain game or whatever, okay, or you download XBLA. Well, you can download all that stuff you want to this console, but it will not work if it is not unlocked, okay? You got to unlock the content. That is a security feature that Microsoft put in, and thanks to somebody, Well, they made this little tool called XM360, which actually will go ahead and will unlock everything to the console so you can use it. So like I said, you can have all the DLC and all the XBLA on this thing that you want. But if it's not unlocked and hashed properly to this console or to the profile, guess what? It ain't going to work. Okay? You're going to have needless content on there that you can't even access. You can't use. So, very important. Alright? What you're going to do with this thing, alright, is you're going to go ahead, you're going to start XM360. Hit A, hit A. Okay? Now, what's going to happen is this thing is now building an entire list off of this hard drive, okay, of everything that is on here. And then what's going to happen is it's going to list it out. And what you're going to do is you're going to unlock everything, okay, to your profile and to the console. Because you're logged in, the console is running, everything is cool, this thing is building the list. It takes it a little bit because it's a pretty big freaking hard drive, okay? So just give it a minute and it will pop up. There you are. Okay, now, as you can see, right now we're in XBLA, which is what we want. So what do? We go to the left, we go down, okay? Well, no. What we do is we go down, we go to unlock XBLA, we hit A, all right? Now, what it's going to do, it's going to unlock all the DLC. Now, they're already unlocked to this profile on this console, so like this grand, all right? Oh, we're back out of here. Now, what we're going to do, show DLC. We'll click that, okay? Now, what's going to happen is it's going to go ahead, shows all the DLC. We're going to bring it over to the left, go to unlock DLC, hit A. Okay, 0 DLC files unlocked, because why? They're already unlocked and everything. So life is good, all right? So anyway, that's how you unlock your content, all right? Now, we'll bring it down to exit the dash, hit A. There you go. Now, system will boot back in the FSD, and now you can go off and destroy or do whatever it is that you want to do with this crazy thing, all right? Now, emulators, pretty much all of them operate the same way, okay? We'll use Game Boy Advance, for example. We'll hit it, we'll start it up, all right? Now, going to start that, select the hard drive, okay, there you are. Go to games, they're already there you go, all right? Now, right trigger, page by page going down, left trigger, page by page going up, D-pad down, D-pad up, A to play, B to back out. Done. So, there you go. So, we'll hit B, we'll back out of there, we'll exit Virtual Boy Advance, life is good, okay, to bring back to FSD. And you can play other emulators, whatever you want to do, okay? Now, alright, as far as classic games are concerned, okay, with a classic game, you have to run this thing in bypass mode, okay? Bypass mode is simply powering the console on and pressing the eject button and leaving the tray hanging out, okay, until you reach the dashboard, alright? That's what bypass is. Because it doesn't agree with the server XEX, alright? That's the reason why, alright? So if you try to go to classic games while you have the server online, while this thing is online and everything, and you go to play it, well, the end result is a black screen because it's trying to quote the same place in memory that another program is trying to call. Therefore, PPCs don't like that crap. Okay? In fact, no computer likes that crap. Okay? So, end result, you get a black screen. Hooray! Look at me play. Whee! I'm having fun. Yeah, right. Okay. So anyway, to play the original classic games, if you're into the retro and you love classic games, I'll show you how to do that. Alright? Really easy. Okay? Now, we put the system in bypass mode. So what we're going to do, we're going to power it off. I'm going to leave it powered off, okay? Now, okay. Now, the way that we do this is very simple. Power it on, hit eject, leave the tray hanging out. This is bypass mode. Now, mind you, the system is going to be offline, except it's going to be on your local area network, so you can get to it with neighborhood, you can get to it with, with FTP, whatever you want to do, because XBDM is still, running. However, the rest of the plugins are not. Okay? Anyway, system booted, you're going to see no plugins, no nothing coming across the screen. Leave the tray hanging out until you reach the dashboard that you have set up to run on this thing. Alright? Once you reach the dashboard, then you can push the tray in. Alright? So we're pushing it in. There we go. We're going to sync the controller up. And then what are we going to do is we're going to go on over. We're going to go to classic games. And then we're going to pick a classic game. We're going to start it up and off we go. Alright? There's your logo, Life is Grand. It's starting up the original Xbox. There you are. Alright? And there's Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. Okay? There's your original classic game playing on your 360. And there's this bitch trying to tell you how to drive and wear a seatbelt and don't do this and don't do that. Shut up! Okay. And there you go. And there's the game. Alright? And it starts off and it just runs just like a normal, regular, old Xbox. As you can see. There you go. Okay? And there it is. Alright, now, to exit the game, guide button, Xbox Home, done. Simple. Now, remember this though, is if you're in bypass mode, all right. Now let's say you go from the emulator. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done playing the classic Xbox game. I get on GTA a little bit. And you go on GTA. Well, if you're in bypass mode, you're not going to get very far. Okay, because this thing is just going to be like, hey, you know what? I'm not connected to any network. So pretty much you're screwed. All right. So remember that after you're done with your classic games and everything, if you want to get back on like GTA 5 or the later games or whatever, utilize the server, power the system off and power it back on just normally, so then that way you can get online, all right, and then you can play, all right. So, Mr. Ramos, listen, thank you for your business. I greatly do appreciate it. Thank you for your patience, all right, and I'm glad that I was able to do this thing for you. I hope that you like this. You know, I mean, it really did. It came out real nice. I mean, it really did come out nice, and I'm really happy with it. You know, I hope that you're happy with it too, because ultimately you're the one that paid for this damn thing. So, you know, like I said, I hope that you really like it, man. Okay, you know, we had limited emailing and stuff because I know you're busy, and you know, you know, like I said, I sent you a couple drawings and everything else, and pretty much this is what we got. So I hope that you like it, man. I really do. Guys, listen, thank you so much for watching. All you guys, I know you guys always watch my videos and everything, and I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And thanks for supporting me and everything else. I really do appreciate that. You know, I mean, not monetarily, but you know, I mean, just in spirit. Because you know, like I said, this is the reason why I keep doing this stuff, because it's fun for me. I enjoy it. Okay, it's more fun for me than it is money wise. You know, I mean, I just like it. You know, so. You know, and I appreciate all the accolades that you guys have given me over the years, and I mean over and over and over. And it's like, okay, I'm just me, you know, but I appreciate it, though. I really do. Thank you very, very much. And again, Alex, listen, thank you for your business, man. We're going to be shipping it off this afternoon. You have a tracking number in your email to let you know where it is, and, you know, it's going to take about 2 to 3 days to get to you, all right? So, guys, listen, thanks so much. It's good to see you guys. Thank you, David. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I got another one I got to do now. This one's going to be another one from Mr. Max Humphreys. So, yeah, it's going to be another dual NAND custom 2 terabyte crazy thing. So, that's what I got next going on, okay? So, anyway, listen, thanks again for watching, guys. I greatly do appreciate it, okay? And, you know, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Be safe and be careful if you're traveling, all right? Be careful in this mess, because Lord knows, with all this COVID-19 crap and all this stuff and everything else, it's like, oh my God, you know? I mean, so just be safe and be careful, okay? On the way to Grandma's house, you go ahead and eat the turkey and all that crap. Anyway, y'all have a good one, guys. I'll holler at you later. Take care.